Let's get right back into it. Last of Us Part 2 PS5 Remastered version. Just trying to fix the camera real quick. The camera always does this zoom out shit every time I start it. Oh, I'm in a great mood. Let's do this.
Someone's locked this place up.
I really gotta go around some other way.
There's something back there. I think I see a bed. Think we got a squatter? You see another way in?
Going this way.
Doesn't feel like anyone's been here in a while.
Well, what's going on here?
This is Eugene's place.
All this electronic stuff? This has to be Eugene's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, nobody else would tinker with this shit.
Sure, she has a point. So I wish little horse.
Huh. Definitely Eugene's place. He was a firefly?
He served with Tommy.
I had no idea.
Yeah. They got into some real dark shit.
Oh, they are fireflies.
Like what?
He said he blew up a checkpoint at Denver QZ, killed 3 soldiers, and 2 civilians.
Jesus.
He also told me that he and Tommy slow tortured some big Fedra general. I don't know. I don't buy Tommy doing that, though.
He could do worse.
What do you mean?
He and Joel did a lot to survive after the outbreak. Oh my God. It's Tommy and Eugene. They look like babies here.
No, yeah, they do. Oh, I don't know about Eugene much, but I definitely know Tommy.
There's gotta be a generator around here somewhere.
Oh yeah, Tommy's wife's letter that she left.
He left his family to join the Fireflies. Harsh.
Eugene.
He had a beautiful family too. He just felt like the world was bigger than just him and his family. So I don't understand where he's coming from, but I kind of tried it too here. Naughty dogs. I don't understand where Eugene's coming from, but like he wants to do more than just sit around, which is kind of understandable, I guess. Or at least here he went on adventures with Dina and obviously had fun.
Found the generator. better.
Oh, wow. Impressive workbench, Eugene. I bet you could mod your gun with this gear.
Yep, I expect it. Oh, my shit's good already. Oh, yeah. What? I'm not speaking one here, bitch.
Oh, hello. Ellie, look at the floor. There's more stuff down there.
You see a way down?
Not here.
I know where. No, this way. Secret bookshelf. Like Batman.
Come on.
What's he got down here?
Well, it's obviously a sex den. That's why he didn't tell you about it.
I hope it's a sex den. For his sake. He was so lonely, man. It's probably just like a giant TV he didn't want to share.
Wait, so did he like leave his family somewhere else before he got to Jackson?
Oh my god.
Right?
It's weed. That's a lot of dead.
Because he didn't leave Jackson
This explains
to the Fireflies
a
because
lot.
he got a stroke here and died here. I'm confused. I gotta look that shit up. Maybe Naughty Dog didn't explain it. I know any type.
Oh, there we go.
You think it's still good?
Does weed go bad?
Let's find out.
The infamous weed scene.
We're gonna talk
Oh
about
yeah, I
it
forgot to
this
put director's commentary on this shit.
Oh, we
Oh
had
my
a whole
God,
other version of
yes.
the scene that was a little too
On the
earnest,
nose. Yeah.
and we rewrote it and recaptured it.
It's
How do
funny
you
you
mean by
described it
that?
as earnest because I felt that it was literally a fight until she's like, "Okay, I love you."
It also felt that fight was trumping some stuff that happens later in the theater once we're in Seattle. So this was like a moment to give them pure innocence before we go on this violent journey.
I remember, Neil, when you pitched the idea that like she throws the glass, and I was still to this day, I'm like, but what if you smoke glass? I
Yeah.
get
What if you
really
smoke
concerned.
glass?
It is true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna be stuck here a while, right?
Kissing scenes in performance capture is really hard.
I feel like the hardest part about it was when we would have to do the ones where we would have to be standing apart.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
then
that was really embarrassing.
we would just have to be like
Yeah,
with
because
ourselves.
we had one where it was just you standing there with your face turned to the side
Ugh,
and just kind of kissing the air so we get the pure facial reference that isn't obscured by
and then
Shannon's
I was like,
big
why
head.
why do you need the front of the face? The front of the face is being used.
Yeah, Ashley
Well,
has
it's the
such an
animated
iconic
photo,
voice.
even though you only see that like one
Yeah.
side.
I feel like if I had to do this with anybody else, it would have been even more uncomfortable. But because Shannon and I got so close, it was helpful to sort of, when we had to do those awkward sort of kissing moments and we weren't actually being able to connect with each other physically and feeling awkward and weird, we would still be holding on to each other. So it still felt
We were like minorly cuddling,
minorly cuddling. So you're like, well, at least there's like a little bit of something
like
here.
intimacy. There was
Yeah.
still some form of intimacy that was like, all right, I still feel safe. I don't feel like I'm like flapping in the wind.
And you're in a brightly lit room.
Very brightly
with
lit
a
room.
bunch of technical engineers like standing all around you.
Yeah, but we found ways around it to sort of still be able to, you know, connect with each other and not feel so weird.
Wait, she waited to
You know,
kiss
what you're
6.
doing is, I think, pretty hard. Of you're trying to convey years of relationship with this other your best friend, and it all has
Yeah.
to come across like there's just so much history, and yet there's this still awkward thing that hasn't been realized until this moment.
Cause Eddie was playing games with Dina, like she's trying to avoid her and everything. She knows Dina's for her all the time.
Outside into that blizzard.
flick that joint really aggressively in a second.
Ellie's so cool here. Look at how cool she is.
This better be better than a 6.
Yeah.
The flicking always made me
It's
uncomfortable.
very
I was
aggressive.
like, what if it
What if it catches on
It's a
fire?
very dry space.
Which that was real. It probably was real, right? Well, I mean, it'd be surprised if that was real because that blood looks very animated. Oh, yellow dude, okay. Should got a green, but I was taking my time. But I don't take speed that seriously. Really seriously enough. Let's see. Oh, this we gotta start running. Running time.
Great. Infected. Oh my god.
You could tell Owen was so careful when he came out here. Cause Owen did not encounter any infected. Shit. I low-key forgot which way to go. Come on, bitch. Oh, I look pretty good. Yeah, fuck y'all. Oh, this one she fell to the ground. Damn, there's a lot infected over here. I guess they just hibernated to the cooler side for a reason. I don't know. Hey, they got your hat. They got your hat,
The
bitch.
guy that saves her life is the one guy she wants to kill.
Yeah, that shit was
I think
crazy.
It speaks to the nuance of atonement, right? It's like she ultimately will save 2 other kids in trouble. But is that enough? Does that make up for anything?
Yeah, the graphics is fucking crazy.
This way, come on!
That's what it's probably. Wait, she'll close the door on Joe? But, nah, obviously not.
Doesn't matter. What does is where we going. I reckon we go out the back. We can make a break for the lodge. Yeah, I ain't got a better idea. Hey, you got a gun?
Yeah.
Well, I hope you're a good shot. Keep up with us.
You know, in a way, I wish
Gotta warn everyone.
it would have been nice if Abby
We gotta live through
didn't kill Joe because she felt
Watch them windows.
she would have felt bad that he just saved her.
Bitches are everywhere. Get to the door.
So, can you imagine if Abby didn't kill Joe, but one of her people would have killed Joe because they were like, oh, we didn't come here for no reason, and Abby would have, because Joe just saved her. So I know Abby would have felt bad. I mean, it would have been nice if they added the her from bad part.
Damn it. That door ain't gonna hold them for long. We need to hurry.
Damn. That would have been a nice little twist to it. But I guess they needed Abby herself to kill Joe.
That's our way out. You see a way up there? Here, use this. Hey, girl! Push it up onto the cart. We're getting inside. I'll get the gauntlet to the window. You two keep those infected off. Hands up!
Shit. That was really a great shot. You see that? Oh, shit. Come on! Fucking cunt. It's so hard to dodge kickers. I dodged that shit too. Come on, turn around, bitch.
You need me to take over? I got it. Just keep those infected away. I'm running low. Just watch it.
Shoot him, Joe. Shoot him. Bitch.
Come on. Off. Go.
But yeah. Oh.
Hey, through the window. Let's go. Hurry. I got you.
Look at him.
Close to us.
He's so caring towards her, man.
It's this way.
And she still decided to kill him.
Don't slow down. Head for those doors.
Great shot. That was a great shot. He's really a survivor, man. Until he wasn't, but fuck it.
So we wanted to create a scenario for them where, again, and Tommy trying to do the right thing and create some trust between him and Abby, he inadvertently reveals who they are. And you could see right now, right there, like Abby has this reaction that only makes sense for players in hindsight, knowing who she is. But now her goals become different, not only to escape the Horde, but to get these two back to her people.
This is where we see Joel doing something that, for us who have spent so much time with him before, is preternatural to him. It's to trust someone is really, really hard, but he's choosing to do it. And the problem with choosing to trust people is you always, every time, open yourself to getting hurt. That's just such a Laura look.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's like, boy, this is a bit of a pickle.
It's so crazy because
This is the Lethal Weapon 4 comparing scars.
I love it. Look at those arms. Really jacked. Dina's hot. So's Ellie. They're hot.
Yeah.
We're hot.
Yeah, we're hot.
I remember armpit hair being a large discussion.
Armpit hair with
at the
Ashley
office.
Swadowski, who was our character art director.
Oh.
Yeah, and how much body hair should the girls have, and what are we okay with, and like let them be natural ladies.
I love it.
Chemical burn. I did it myself. Why?
It's on the tip of her tongue right there. That's a hard thing to say to somebody. Like, oh, I'm the only person that doesn't really get affected by this thing that's completely ruined the world.
Now I'm trying to remember, does it make it in that I'm like, I told you something true? It does.
Yeah.
It does. This still happens here.
Yeah. You're gonna punch
This
her.
scene, because we did it twice, sometimes I'm like, I don't remember which, because both times we did like, it's like 5 hours.
Yeah, they were big
Yeah.
days.
Teeth marks and cysts.
Ow! Fuck you. What? Hey! I told you a real fucking story.
I did tell you a real fucking story.
Oh, you want a bite mark?
Oh God.
Here comes
this scene.
Steven. I remember how Shannon, how angry you were at Steven.
I wasn't angry at Steven. I couldn't tell why I was mad, and then this was the only real thing I actually fought for was to make him turn around. I was with you, and I was like, he needs to turn around, and you were like, why? And I was like, it took me a while to explain it to you, and then when he did it, then you were like, I get it. Because I was like, no, because I have to protect her.
Pretty sure that was in the script. But
No,
yeah,
it
you might
wasn't.
be
It
right.
was the only argument we had.
It's been 3 years. I don't remember. You're probably
yeah.
It
right.
was actually,
I remember this.
It was the only thing I argued with you about. And it was because I felt so protective of Ashley that I knew it was right. That I was like, because we were so close, that I was like, turn around. She's naked. Like,
Yes,
you know,
because you guys knew each other intimately, but
Yeah.
Ellie and
Exactly. And because I had to, like, I wanted to prove to you that I was loyal to you and not embarrassed because he was there.
But I love it. I feel like it shows so much about how strong Dina is and how loyal and sort of just, I don't know, I love that. I feel like that little moment says so much about Dina.
Man, I just found out who Shannon is. She's the actress from the HBO Max show Westworld.
We really wanted to show or build trust between Joel and Tommy and this group to show that without their help, they might have died. Meaning Tommy and Joel would have died without this group. Another one where I think I'm like screaming out to all like the actors, okay, now they're burning, now like there's a lot of fire. And you gotta speak up over the storm. Again, none of those elements are there.
Let's get inside!
And right now, only Abby knows what's about to go down. Everybody else thinks like, oh, we just found friendly people that helped us along.
At first, I didn't know it was harder to watch. Seeing Joe get killed or seeing Abby
Here all the way to the golf club hit.
set them up like
And,
this.
Initially, we had versions of it where it was edited to be multiple cuts, and then it felt like it could just be way more tense if the whole thing was one shot. Required a lot of stitching of different performances and different elements, and some tweaking of stuff in animation. But yeah, I find that this scene has so much tension, the way it now moves.
We rehearsed it so many times before we shot it to make all the moving parts work.
From a directing side, that this can be hard as well because you're trying to pay attention to so many actors and making sure it's all feeling honest and authentic.
Y'all should come back with us, restock before we head out.
Appreciate it.
Again, there's no ambush here. They're all being authentic until this moment. And now everything has changed.
God
We
damn.
knew this was going to be the most controversial scene in the whole
Of course I
movie.
fucking knew that.
And the intention is that it is brutal and it is hard to watch, which obviously as a player is really difficult to go through, but it puts you in alignment with Ellie. You're watching this devastation to this man that you've come to love as a character, and now you're watching him be brutally murdered. And it should be upsetting, it should hurt. A lot of people are still really upset about it, but what a faster way, I can't think of a faster way to help you understand why Ellie is going to go as far as she's going to go, because we're there seeing how this thing was stolen from her.
This interplay of like, you want him to suffer, and he's not giving you the satisfaction of like, I don't care who you are, do your worst. And you try.
Yeah.
You try to do your worst.
Joel's not a man who begs.
This is a conversation I had with Troy about how prepared he was. He's lived for 20 years, 25 years at this point of like, just always accepting that this day might come. Something like this will happen because it always happens in this world.
Yeah, it's irrelevant to him who they are or why they're doing this, because there are so many people who could want to do this to him.
He should have asked, I feel like.
I just remember shooting it and being like, this moment you've worked towards for so long and wanting it to feel right and wanting it to feel good. And it happens and you just feel fucking empty.
They should have had Joe ask who they were.
I think we've talked about it, Neil. Like, you had talked to me about this role, and you told me about this character, Abby, and you told me what you were planning for her. And she had, like, a different story, I think, at the time, how they met and everything. But I was excited and terrified because, like, as a player, that's traumatizing. And I didn't know how people were going to react to it.
You don't get to rush this.
That scene, the Sarah scene, and that's what part one. Both part scenes are.
How do I get down there? Okay, Shimmer.
Alright, let's go get these motherfuckers.
Please be okay.
I have to put my things back in. So basically, we're just going to see Joe's death because shit. Because there's no infected right here. Shit, my bad.
Joel! Tommy!
You could hear the worriness in Ellie's voice, man. The thing is, we had to see that shit. Well, I'm bugging, but she sees it. But we had to see what happened to Joe's leg. See Joe get set up. The old Joe and Tommy would have been more cautious.
There it is. Joel? Tommy? Where is that coming from?
It's good Ellie and Tommy made up. I mean, Ellie and Joe made up for what happened. Like, you know, Ellie got over it instead of staying mad at him before this happened. So she had to be like, oh, well, I was mad at him, I didn't forgive him and all that other shit.
Yeah, we had versions of this sequence where Ellie came in after the fact. And it just felt... we needed her to see it to really set up this journey.
Yeah, this was rough. This was a rough day on set because I knew we were losing a character that we all love very deeply. You know, even the imaginary circumstances of that are just hard. It's also our, you know, all of our friendship, my friendship with Troy. So just seeing that and...
What I remember more than anything is, you know, we're going through the mechanics of it. We're stupid suits on a soundstage, and there's all of these machinations and things that are keeping it goofy. But the one thing that cuts through the din of all that is when I look over at Ashley. Because being the great actor that you are, all of those things go away, and all you see is the moment that we're trying to create and the reality of what this scene is for you personally. And everything that I'm feeling, everything that I'm thinking is gone because I'm just watching. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to watch that scene without it bringing me to that place, ever. But the thing that has been proven to me is because of the way that I feel, because it's so hard, it is absolutely the most honest, perfect version of this story. There's no other version of this story. There just isn't.
And for this version of the scene, it was important that we were in Ellie's head, that you don't get to hear this conversation that's happening around her. But this was just about the ringing of the ears of pure hatred and anger that she's experiencing right now.
Yeah, Abby didn't kill her because it's like I feel like Abby saw like a reflection of herself in Ellie. Cause Ellie wasn't. She didn't have no beef for Ellie, and Abby doesn't kill innocents. Ellie's innocent to her.
Just this final look right here where she sees him and can't fix this. Well, she's gonna try to find a way to fix it.
Yeah, she's gonna try to find a way to fix it in the best way she knows how.
I love this scene with you and Jeffrey. Brings you Tupperware with food.
Oh yes, this was one of my favorite scenes to shoot. I love working with Jeffrey.
You're so brilliant how it goes from this really sad, mournful place to just slowly rage over time as you're not getting what you want.
Also, this emptiness you have just from that look out the window there to like this, that like bereft. It's just really right on point. It's just so good. Hey.
Jeffrey here is quite brilliant. Is like
Yeah.
he wants to go after the people that hurt Joel. So there's like the emotional part of his mind and the rational part, and they're kind of in conflict here. And like he's trying to do what's best for Ellie, which is to say it's not worth it.
I also really love how the blocking of this scene worked out, because I love that neither of them can look at each other. They're not facing each other. Oh, and Jeffrey's voice. It's so scrumptious.
They have the guys that we would need to do this smart. We'd be leaving Jackson vulnerable.
I love it. It's like the one time you look at him is to make him feel shame. Like, are you really saying this to me?
The only time that there's confidence there with her is when there's anger present.
What if we get hit by hunters again?
Is this you talking or is this her?
It's a valid point.
If it were you or me, Joel would be halfway to Seattle already.
Which is true.
Well, we had actually lines here where he counters that, and he says Joel never went after the people that killed his daughter. Like, because we really wanted to flesh out the point that like Joel is more pragmatic with his violence, where Ellie comes from a much more emotional place with it.
Why didn't you guys keep that in?
It just felt
Where?
like we're just
It's too on the nose?
too much exposition about the previous game. And we wanted more to stay in this moment. Like, there's other ways to talk about what Joel did in other spots, and really wanted to focus about the logistics of going after the people, going after Abby.
No idea what you're walking into. You don't know how large that group is.
Don't care.
You can't talk me out of this.
I don't think Joe would have ever found really.
Again, this moment of decision where he's like, in order to protect her, I'm gonna have to go by myself. And he's like, now he's lying again. Not dissimilar to Joel lying to Ellie to protect her. Right? That give me a day's bullshit.
There's got to be some folks you can spare.
Why the choice of the hairpiece coming down? The little hair string for Tommy.
There's a little bit of design, like Abby has something similar as well. So it's like there's what animators call secondary movement. So as when he's moving around, there's physics on the hair. And just one more way to bring the CG character to life.
Yeah.
It's also such a flex because it really
So
doesn't
hard.
look good in other games. Like, it's
Yeah.
just like, it looks amazing, and it's like, it feels, it's just like such a subtle flex. Like, look what we can do.
Yeah.
I love this hug that then it's just too painful for the two of them. They can't stay in that moment.
That's too uncomfortable to be vulnerable.
Yeah,
So much shit to do.
I don't think Joe would have found out who ordered the soldier to kill his daughter, to be honest. Cause you can't really. Like Joe's not really a detective. Can you imagine? Like, where would Joe go to find out who killed his fucking daughter? Like, really,
There's
I think
something
about
about,
that.
you know,
Where would the story go
when
for him?
it doesn't feel real until you're at his grave. Like there's a part of you, maybe because you play a bunch, like you play video games, you watch a lot of popular movies, you keep thinking he's gonna come back somehow, and then it's like, no, there's his name on that gravestone. And then the famous Gustavo All Gone, another version of that theme.
It was hard. It was hard. Joel is a character that I love, and I wasn't ready to let him go. So seeing that, even experiencing that of seeing, you know, oh, we're doing a scene where we're at the gravestone is very final. I love it. I love that Dina was there the whole time and we didn't know that yet. Not looking on, just sort of giving Ellie her moment.
I remember when we were doing that, I really did feel like I was like really trying not to listen to you.
I felt that too.
You did?
Yeah. It's like I'm right here if you need me, but I'm not listening.
You know, you have your privacy, but if you need me, I'm here.